What's up, my peeps? How's it going? So yesterday I was hanging out with Tom. We went out on his boat, had a great day, but when I met up with Tom yesterday, I opened my camera bag and realized that I forgot my Sigma 30mm at home. Rather than letting that get to me, I decided, you know what? Just have fun, don't worry about it. You can still shoot, you have the 16mm. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun with it. So I forgot my Sigma 30mm, but hey, today's gonna be a challenge. Let's try it on the 16mm. Let's get it going. But later on that night, I noticed that my Sigma wasn't at the house either. So I began to look all over. I was looking all over the place and I couldn't find it. And then I thought maybe it's in my car, and I checked the car and I looked all over the car and I couldn't find it. So then I thought, well, where was the last place that I had it? Now just the day before I was shooting with Matt and I had remembered that I had it with him, and I remembered the last time that I had it was when I was in his car, because I remember changing from the Sigma to this lens because when I got home I started vlogging. Now at this point it was kind of late, so I sent him a text anyways and then went to bed. Woke up to a text this morning. He said, hey man, I looked all over my car and I can't find it anywhere. Now I'm not gonna lie, at this point I started to stress out because not only do I use this lens for all my cinematic sequences on YouTube, but it's my main lens for photo, and it's also the lens that I use for like 95% of my client work. Now, at this point in time, I'm still looking all over the place, looking all over my car, and I still can't find it. So I try and figure out where could it possibly be. I watched footage from the day that I was shooting with Matt, and I kind of pinpointed at what point I could have lost this lens. Matt and I went to a park in the area, and we were shooting around in this park. I met Matt at the park, but then he drove around inside the park. I know that when I got in his car to head back to my car, which was only about a 2-minute drive, I had the lens on. However, I am uncertain if when I got to my car, I had this lens on or I had the Sigma 30mm. Now there was one point where some stuff spilled out of my bag, but I don't remember this lens falling out, and I kind of picked everything up very quickly. So it's very possible that the lens may have fallen out of the bag while I was walking from Matt's car to my car. Now the thing that stinks is I need this Sigma 30mm because that's what I use for my client work. So this morning, I kind of had to make a decision. It wasn't popping up anywhere, and then it was kind of looking like the only place that it could possibly be was at this park. This is the only place that I would have walked that I would have lost it in. So if it's anywhere in this park, it would be here. But I mean, if somebody found it yesterday, then it's gone, because I don't think they would just leave it. And I already called Lost and Found. Nobody brought anything, so this sucks. And that means that it would have been at the park for like a whole 24 hours, and if somebody found it, I mean, chances are they probably just picked it up and walked away with it. So, after talking to Jen this morning, I kind of made the decision that I was going to continue looking for the lens. I was going to retrace my steps, go back to the park, keep looking in my car, keep looking in Matt's car, keep looking around the house, but in the meantime, I was going to buy a replacement lens. And the reason that I did that was because I need that lens. I need that lens to continue working. So I purchased the new lens through B&H, and they actually have a 30-day return policy. So if the lens does pop up, which I'm going to continue looking for it, at least I know that I can return the new lens. I think what's important to learn from this lesson is to not let situations like this get the best of you. I could totally dwell on it and let it ruin me, but I'm choosing not to. And the reason I'm choosing not to is because it does no good to do that. What's happened has happened, and I can't change that. All I can do is change the future. Learn the lesson from this, take accountability, and do everything I can to prevent it next time. This situation could have totally been preventable. I could have double-checked my bag before leaving Matt's car or before I left the park. There are going to be accidents in life. Some you could have controlled and some you can't control. But what's important is to keep pushing forward and find a way to overcome that struggle, that obstacle, that accident, whatever it is, and just keep going. You know, don't get me wrong, like I am upset about this situation, I am frustrated, and it does suck, but I'm not gonna waste my time dwelling on it. I'm gonna do everything that I can to just get back up on my feet and keep going. When situations like these happen, I always kind of take a step back and look at it this way. Yes, it sucks, I'm frustrated, I'm the only one to blame for this, but at the end of the day, it could be a million times worse. And then the other thing is that I truly think that everything happens for a reason, whether good or bad. There's a reason behind everything, there's a meaning behind everything. You know, maybe this was a lesson for me to learn so that I could avoid this in the future. think I'm gonna close this video out. I should probably get some work done. So if you like this video, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you aren't already, ring that bell, and we'll see you soon. Peace. Oh, one thing I almost forgot. The podcast that Josh and I are doing, A Slice of Caffeine, it's up, it's live, it's on Anchor, and then it will be on Apple Podcasts within a few weeks, but for the meantime, we'll be posting on Anchor. I'll notify you guys once it's on Apple Podcasts. I think we're going to be uploading every Friday, so go check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. All right, peace.